Here's 5 more TV shows based on movies you may have missed or forgotten about. The Net. The Net is an action thriller from 1995. It starred Sandra Bullock a little over a year after her role in the blockbuster Speed made her a superstar. The movie opened on July 28, 1995 against Waterworld and ended up in the second spot on opening weekend. It went on to gross over $110 million worldwide in its theatrical run. With a $22 million budget, the film was a modest hit. The USA Network picked up the rights, and along with the director of the movie, Irwin Winkler, and the producer, Rob Cohen, they adapted the film for TV. The pilot episode for the series was a retelling of the movie on a much smaller scale, and they changed around some things to make it for TV. The show starred Brooke Langton taking on the Sandra Bullock role. She played computer genius Angela Bennett. Bennett accidentally receives a top-secret email about an evil group of computer hacker terrorists known as the Praetorians. The Praetorians discover Angela knows about them, and so they steal her identity and replace it with a new one, so they can put her on the FBI's 10 Most Wanted list. Angela goes on the run and uses her superior hacking skills along with the help of a mysterious person named Sorcerer, voiced by Tim Curry. She works to expose the Praetorians and take her life back. The TV show is quite a departure from the movie. It actually reminds me more of VR5 than The Net, just without the 90s CG VR segments. How far removed? Well, part of the way through the series, Angela outsmarts the Praetorians, is completely exonerated, gets her life back, and gets a job offer to work in a new subdivision of the FBI called the CIC, the Center for Intrusion Control. The episodes after that are all about Angela uncovering all sorts of unsavory things in online communities and trying to stop them before they murder people or ruin their lives. The show premiered on July 18, 1998. While the movie was a modest hit, the show struggled and was canceled after one season. The series ran for 22 episodes, with the last one airing on March 27, 1999. In 2006, there was a loose sequel to the movie called The Net 2.0. It follows future Hallmark Channel favorite Nikki DeLoach as a computer tech who has her identity stolen after moving to Turkey for a new job. I haven't seen it yet, but it looks a lot like the original movie on a made-for-TV budget. It's also directed by Charles Winkler, the son of Irwin Winkler, who directed the original. I found a DVD cover for the series, but I think it might be a bootleg because I wasn't able to find it anywhere else. The show is not available for streaming, and aside from some clips, it's not on YouTube. Beyond Westworld. I know many of you probably know about the big-budget HBO series Westworld, but did you know they tried to make it a TV series before? The original movie Westworld is a sci-fi dystopian film about a Wild West-themed amusement park that is populated with lifelike androids. The androids, of course, malfunction and start to murder the humans. The movie was written and directed by Michael Crichton, who seems to have taken a lot of the framework for Westworld, inserted dinosaurs, and made Jurassic Park. Anyway, the film was released on August 17, 1973, and made over $10 million on a $1.2 million budget. Beyond Westworld is similar, but different from the movie. It's about a new character, John Moore, who is the security chief of the Delos Corporation. He's trying to stop the evil scientist Quaid, who wants to use the androids to take over the world. The show premiered on March 5, 1980 on CBS. There was a sequel to the movie Westworld called Future World in 1976, but the TV series ignores that completely. The network didn't have a lot of faith in the show and only produced 5 episodes. They then cemented how little faith they had in the show by canceling it after 3 episodes. Despite that, the show was nominated for 2 Primetime Emmy Awards for Outstanding Achievement in Makeup and Outstanding Art Direction. The show was passed off to ITV in the UK, and they played the first 4 episodes in August of 1980, and then 5 months later, in January of 1981, they played the last episode. This series was released on DVD in 2014, but it's from Warner Brothers' Burn On Demand service. The show isn't available for streaming, but the 5 episodes are also on video on demand on Apple TV and Amazon. Aside from a few clips, it's not on YouTube. Dominion. Legion was an apocalyptic fantasy movie from director Scott Stewart. It was a film about the Archangel Michael falling to Earth to defend the last human survivors from an onslaught of demonically possessed humans, but the demons are really angels, and there's a lot of lore here. It's a neat little movie, but the trope of having the good guys really being the bad guys is kinda lame. The movie did okay, but Stewart felt they weren't able to convey everything he wanted within the confines of the movie. Stewart worked with Vaughn Wilmot, and they took the movie and continued it as a TV series. While the movie is largely focused on the characters of Jeep, Charlie, and Michael, for the series, Charlie is gone, Jeep is relegated to a supporting character, and Michael is now the only one of the original characters that is a major part of the story. The series takes place in the last days of humanity. God vanished, and the Archangel Gabriel waged war on the humans in his absence. Michael sided with the humans to fight back against Gabriel and the misguided angels. The humans survive in a bunker called Vega, which was once Las Vegas. This series premiered on June 19th, 2014 on Sci-Fi. While the first season had a consistent 2 million to 1.5 million viewers, Season 2 started off with 1 million viewers, and the views kept dropping with each episode. The series ran for 2 seasons with 21 episodes. The last episode aired on October 1st, 2015. The show was released on DVD and Blu-ray. It's not available for streaming. Some clips are on YouTube, but not the whole series. On a side note, I stumbled upon a made-for-TV movie called Legion from 1998 with Terry Farrell and Corey Feldman. I need to see this immediately. I don't know if it's any good or not, but I'm interested. That one's on YouTube. Shaft. Shaft is one of the most important and influential blaxploitation films of all time. It was released on June 25th, 1971. On a $500,000 budget, it made over $13 million and became one of the biggest and most influential blaxploitation films of all time. The score for the film was called a revolutionary funk soul masterpiece, and the theme from Shaft went platinum. Isaac Hayes won an Academy Award for Best Original Song. The movie went on to spawn 2 sequels, Shaft's Big Score and Shaft in Africa. Neither film was as successful as the original. While Shaft in Africa was in production, they were in talks to bring the series to TV. Although the movies were fairly gritty, R-rated films, the concept now had to be toned down in order to meet broadcast TV standards. The show premiered on October 9th, 1973 on CBS, roughly 5 months after the release of Shaft in Africa. Richard Roundtree returned as the title character of Shaft, but the overall shift in tone for the series didn't resonate with audiences, and the show did not last long. The series ran for 1 season with 7 episodes. The last one aired on February 19th, 1974. The show was released on DVD, and it's still in print. It's not available for streaming, and it's not on YouTube. Stir Crazy. Stir Crazy is often considered one of the greatest comedies of the 80s. It was directed by Sidney Poitier and starred Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor. The film was released on December 12, 1980 and made over $101 million on a $10 million budget, making it the 3rd highest grossing film of the year. The TV version was a reworking of the movie. Okay, it's largely something else entirely. Harry and Skip are 2 awkward friends who are wrongfully convicted of a crime and sentenced to 132 years in prison. While working on a chain gang, they escape and go on the lookout for Crawford, the man who actually committed the crime. In the movie, they were wanted for bank robbery, but in the TV show, they were wanted for murder. The show premiered on September 18th, 1985 on CBS. It ran for 6 episodes when CBS pulled it due to low ratings. It returned on December 24th, 1985, and they ran the last 3 episodes. The movie was a tremendous success due to the pairing of Wilder and Pryor. This was their second pairing after the 1976 film Silver Streak. The duo were hilarious together, but the duo in the TV series just didn't have that same chemistry. In the show, it was Joe Gazzaldo as Skip and Larry Riley as Fletcher. They're both fine actors, but not up to the comedic levels of Wilder and Pryor. The show even had Kurtwood Smith in an episode. This was 2 years before RoboCop. The show ran for 1 season with 9 episodes, last one airing on January 7th, 1986. The show's not on DVD, and it's not available for streaming. Aside from some commercials, it's not on YouTube. There's 5 shows that really highlight the fact that just because a movie was a hit, doesn't guarantee that the TV remake will be too. I feel bad that none of these are easily viewable. At least some of them are on DVD. Thankfully, all the movies are pretty easy to come by, so if you like these ideas, you might be better off going and watching the originals. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time.
That's right, we bad, huh? That's right.